hopefully there's not much noise in the background, but I want to tell you about my story. I feel that it's important that we share where we're at and where we're heading and the vision that we have for the future. Because for all of us that want to change in our lives and don't want to do the same things that bother us, because sometimes if you have a job and you have to be there, and it's like having mom and dad and you permission to have time with my kids and so on. Or sometimes you want to go to work and you pretend you're sick and you know, chuck a sickie here and there. So I don't want to live that life. I want to get out of that. So I'm telling you where I am heading and where I'm at, but most importantly in this video, I want to tell you about my story, because it's something that it is the journey to that destination, right? And my apologies about the noise in the background, because I just don't have time. When you work full time, it's like you're in a race for money, right? And then you get that money on the Thursday, and then before you have it, you already spent it. Which is, I don't know, I find it really funny. I was never in a 9-to-5 job, but I think the same reason. Circumstances have put me in this place where I have to work and I have no choice. But let's get started, and let's start with telling you about my journey. My journey started, I think, looking back, started with my grandmother. When I left El Salvador 34 years ago, I said to my grandmother, look, I'm going to Australia, but I'm going to come back and I'm going to buy you a limo, just for you. Well, my grandmother passed away a few years back. She might be waiting for the limo up there. I still don't have it. But my point is, back in those days, my 17 few years that I had under my belt, I already had that vision. I already had that dream. I already dreamt about having money and getting somewhere. In my head, in my really young, immature head, I had some glimpse of the things that I wanted to achieve, because I kept on thinking, you know, what do I want to become when I get older? And I used to think, when I left the country, I used to think I'm going to be an architect, just to pick something. And then I came to Australia and I did design or architecture or whatever else in the high school. And then I just didn't like design. I didn't like architecture. And I decided, okay, what's the next thing that can give me money? Always thinking about money. It's unbelievable. Now that I reflect on the past, I'm amazed by those thinking days. And then I thought to myself, what's the next thing that I can do that can bring me money? And I thought, my God, technology is coming my way. I might as well do computing. So yeah, I ended up doing computing at the university. I graduated from computer science at UniSA here in Adelaide. And that day that I graduated, it was like I made my dream come true. But it was more my parents' dream, you know, now that I think about it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love computers. I'm still doing computing. I'm still in the field, luckily. But it was my parents' dream, because they taught me, go to university, have a degree, be good, go to a job that makes you money, not rich, but gives you money. Make us proud, you know. It's that saying that when they talk to the friends about me and they say, she's a computer science. So anyway, after graduating, I would say success. My parents were so proud of me, especially because I had graduated from something that was the hype, you know, the latest thing, the technology. You know, it was so important. It was so, you know, well done, daughter. And I felt so special. You know, it feels good when everyone around you wants you and they feel proud of you, and you're doing the right thing by them. I mean, by me as well, because I loved it. I loved the feeling of being successful, and I loved uni and had graduated. It felt fantastic. Well, before graduating, I already had a job, because I had manifested a job. I wanted to be so successful. I met this girl at uni and we became acquainted, not friends, because I don't remember being that close, but at the time I was so ambitious that somehow I landed a job. It was for the year 2000 bug, just fixing all these bugs around the computers in the university. So all of my classmates were so impressed by my advancement, because how come I got this job and they didn't have even graduated from university, and I had scored this job. And it wasn't really a big deal. It was just doing some fixes around the computers and keeping track of them. But all of a sudden there was this job that popped up for doing websites and looking after the staff and student websites. And boom, I just wanted to be involved, just wanted it, and I didn't have, at the time, I didn't have the skills, I read the specifications or the criteria, and I didn't think I had developed those skills, but my ambition was there, I want that job. And I just prepared myself using good old Google, and I went to the interview, and it turns out that they needed someone like me, because most of the people that worked there were really, well, that's what I got told, were really boring. And it's to be expected in the computing industry. It's not to generalize. I don't like to generalize, because there must be some fun individuals out there that are in the computing industry, but the perception of the computing people is that it's some nerdy person just sitting in front of the computer all day, and they don't have anything to do but just on the computer, and they're really nerdy, and they don't talk about anything, and they keep to themselves. So that was the impression that this person who interviewed me, they gave me this impression that it was all about nerds in that place, in the information technology in the University of South Australia. They were just full of nerds, and they wanted some spice, and that was me. So yeah, they didn't take me for, well, they must have read that I just graduated and that I had a job, but they didn't really focus on so much. They didn't talk to me about how I fit into the job because of my skills, but because of my personality. So I thought, well, good on me. So I got into that job, and it was fine at first. I used to love it. I used to get myself these really fancy outfits and these suits, going in there, just looking so professional. And at the time, my mom was having a bit of a problem. She was suffering from depression, and I believe I was suffering from depression as well. And being enclosed in an office, not knowing what to do with myself, just sticking on my fingers, just made me go crazy. I'm one that likes my freedom, likes to be outdoors, likes to be out and about, and here I am just looking at the screen all day, going to the toilet so many times. And the boss was like right next to the entrance, and she called me to the office one day, and she said, "Maria, you're taking too many breaks to the toilet." And I'm like, okay, sorry. And then I decided to just stick with it, and trying to see the positives. And I did, for a while. I think I lasted less than a year in that job, and I went mental. I just went downhill big time, from wearing all my suits and looking all pretty and professional. I just lost interest, and I became really, really depressed. So yeah, I quit my job within 1 year of being in that job. I quit it, and that was the decision that made me go downhill big time. Only recently I got over that decision. Only recently. Oh my God, it's been what? 30 years? Yeah, that happened. No, actually, that happened in 2000. Year 2000 I resigned. Or a little bit after 2000, 2003 I think. Something like that. So it's been 20 years, and yeah, just recently I got over that thing, that resigning from that job. So anyway, after that incident of quitting my job, everything went downhill for me. I felt like I had quit the best thing of my life. It was disappointing for my parents. I had no idea on what to do next. I could have done so many things now that I think about it, but I just didn't. I went into this feeling sorry for myself because I quit this very important job in my life, from feeling successful to feeling so down. But somehow I kept on going. I enrolled myself in this. I was unemployed, but in the employment side of things, I got this opportunity that if I if I did so many hours of this course, computing course, I will grant myself free access to doing this one course in the TAFE or something like that. But anyway, I decided to be a computer technician. So I went into doing a computing course in fixing computers, even though I didn't feel that was my thing, I just didn't see myself being a technician. But anyway, I wanted to do something with my life, and I wanted them to give me that free certificate. So anyway, but I got distracted, while I was doing this course. I heard about NIS. NIS is a new incentive scheme for new business owners, or people who wants to be a business owner, to get into doing their job, not to get into the business or create their business, and they give these people $500 each fortnight. Is it fortnight? Yeah, fortnight. So to keep on going, developing their business. So what they do, they give them help with developing a business plan. So it's basically a course they receive, and they put together this business plan, and you get paid, and then you start your business, and they still pay you regardless of how much money you're making in the business. So it was a really good opportunity for me to put my foot on the door, but I put it on the wrong door. Really, really wrong, because I saw my mom and my sister not being employed. So I thought, no, I'm gonna employ them by starting a business in cleaning. And I thought, it's gonna be good. I can do this. I can do it. So yeah, I became an entrepreneur or business owner. So I like the idea of being a business owner, the freedom that it gives you, and the creativity that you can use to do all sorts of things. But I had started this business for them, for them to be employed. And also there was a mind shift for me, from being a computer, whatever, to being a cleaner, and I got stuck in the job, doing all of these jobs. I think I was lured into it because of the money, because it was giving me some cash, and plus I was working with my sister, so it's a lot of fun. But there was a mind thing there telling me this is not you, and also feeling really like I was down before from losing my job, and now this made me feel even more worthless, because my idea of being a cleaner from back home was, it's the worst job on earth to be. So after this, life happens. I had my first child, so I didn't have all the time in the world to be spending on this business I created from scratch. So I dedicated my time for this kid. So I had my first kid, and I didn't have enough time to spend on the business, though I dedicated my time looking after the finances, the tax and all those things. I just wasn't involved like I was in the beginning with the work and everything. So but my passion for the online space and the technology was still there in my career, and I was passionate about doing websites because I had already been doing websites at my previous job, so the passion was there. And I just spent a lot of time trying to finish a diploma at the technical college, or whatever you call it, TAFE. So I just didn't give up because I like being online, and I like my career. I like doing websites and all those things. So when I did have free time, I spent it learning because I just love learning. So yeah, that's what I did. And I wanted to have like a web development agency or something of the sort, or teach people how to do websites online. And I had a little bit of a fear talking to people online and being live and all of those things, but I kept on practicing, and I just loved doing all the technical stuff online, and I just kept growing my knowledge and finding ways to learn. So, and at the end I had another 2 kids, so my time was really short. So, but I just kept on doing my diploma and taking one step at a time, and doing these modules online, and I used to enjoy it so much. So at the time I was really criticized by family and some friends who thought that I was just going mental, going online, just looking for ways to advance my career in some way. They thought, no, you're getting too old for this. Even my husband, well, I wasn't married at the time, but he saw me spending time online and trying to get my diploma and getting all this knowledge, and he used to say to me, you're too old, it's the time's up, you can't learn anymore, you can't go again and look for a job, and you're wasting your time online. What are you doing online? And I had all of these people, just bugging me with their ideas. And of course, mom and dad, they didn't think that it was possible to do money, make money online, let alone not have a job and generate money from, my career and my profession. So they didn't think that was possible, and that I was just wasting my time. Even some people would call me a dreamer, So anyway, but I just kept on pushing. So it was so much fun. So because my web development idea didn't generate a lot of money, I decided to, there are a lot of opportunities online that I can use to produce money online. And some of them I tried, like I tried drop shipping, and drop shipping in the US apparently was really big, but in Australia, I used to call these people, these businesses, these wholesalers that could provide me with some information about, using them as a link to my clients, but they didn't know anything about drop shipping. So I was always, I received, really rude responses like, oh, what are you on about? What do you want? And plus, because I didn't have enough, well, I had the courage, but maybe my voice was like too little, and they didn't know what I was talking about. Well, yeah, basically they didn't know. And so I gave up on that, and I had affiliate marketing, like paid for this course that I never used. I mean, I had the idea on how to do it, but I was just using too many ways to make money online, and nothing was working for me. I mean, I couldn't stick to the one thing, because there was always a hurdle, like there was always an obstacle. There was always, like, if I asked for help, there was no person that could provide me the help that I needed to do it to the, to take it to the next level. Or sometimes there were opportunities that required me to have the money up front to pay for another course, and I just didn't have the money because I was depending on the government to support me, and I just didn't have the money. And we had like physical business, like a car detailing business that wasn't giving enough money for us to even survive. It was difficult moments, because that sometimes I had to go to these places where they give you free food, and sometimes I was just hungry and I wouldn't eat because I thought, my husband is doing all these cars, he needs to keep his belly full, and my kids, I can't just eat and not let them eat. It was really, really, really bad times, like really depressing. A lot of scarcity. And so, but I kept on persisting, trying to find the ways, even like little tiny ways that will give me money, little money. And I will find a lot of ways, but nothing would work. Like I used to do eBay, used to do Amazon, but I think I just didn't try enough, didn't focus on the one thing enough, because I just didn't have the belief. And once I stumble upon a hurdle, I will just give it up, just close the book and just go on to the next thing. And it was really frustrating ways. And then I even went through a stage where I thought, okay, I'm so desperate to get money, and I would give money to these people that claim that they would grow my money like big time in a little short time, and they will just, turned out to be hoaxes. And I lost a lot of money online. I reckon I lost close to $5,000 or more, because I would give in to my desperation, just give money to these people just making promises. So yeah, it was sad times. So anyway, because I'm a web developer, I would build businesses online, like e-commerce sites and things like that. But it was like half-done projects that I never finished for some reason. I just didn't know how to. I just give up really easily. And then, so anyway, when my kids grew older, I felt the need to help my husband with the physical business that he had, that was cleaning cars. Those days were terrible for me, but anyway, I just went through that phase of my life. I think it lasted about 3 years or 2 years, I can't remember. But I had to wash cars, It was in the cold, in the hot weather, the cold weather, because we had we had this shed, and he was having such a great time, with his business and polishing cars and cleaning cars. I was just, a helping hand, because we couldn't afford to pay someone. The whole story of the business, family business, when you don't make enough money to pay someone, and you have to do it yourself, and you have to wear all the hats. It was annoying because I had to do so much, like doing the taxes and doing the bookkeeping and all the hats that you have to wear. And on top of that, I had to look after the house and look after the kids, and I had to clean cars. I mean, those times were really grueling to me, but I kept on thinking, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and the light came with COVID. When COVID came, COVID was my lifesaver. The whole business had to close down. We shut our doors, and we couldn't afford the payments of the rents. We couldn't afford the rent because we didn't have enough customers, because everything went down the hook. And I thank God. Thank you, God. You got me out of this at last. And yeah, that's what happened. And then we had to close the business. And my husband, I reckon he was really disappointed with this, but I kept on saying to him for over 10 years, this business is not giving us enough money to survive. It was like making each year, it was making a turnover of $50,000 a year, and in our pockets we would pocket $10,000 each. That didn't make sense to me, and year again, time and time again, I used to talk to him, and every year I used to say to him, let's find another solution to our financial problems, because this is not working. But that was his passion, and I kept on pushing, and it was just frustrating times, and yeah, but I was out of it. So I was off the hook, but at the same time, that was my opportunity because of lockdowns, because we were like enclosed in the house for so long. That was my opportunity, because I had been trying to finish my diploma in website development for such a long time, just doing one module here and one module there. And because we were in lockdown, I decided to finish that diploma. And I did, I just sat there on the chair. My kids would call me, my husband would call me, but I just didn't care. I just kept on pushing, kept on focusing on that diploma. And I got it. I graduated. So that was one of my biggest achievements, because it was difficult. That diploma cost me a lot of headaches, and it cost me so much. Even I reckon that my head ended up losing my memory for a while. My memory was really bad because I had to concentrate so much, and I had to I had to do it in a really fast way, because I thought, no, my time is running out. I have urgency to finish this, because I thought the lockdown is not going to be forever. We're not going to be locked in the house forever, but I have to take advantage of this opportunity. So I did, and that was an accomplishment. So COVID came with a lot of good things for some people, advantages like I've been talking about for me, but it brought a lot of bad things. We were renting this house for 3 years. The owner had been talking about selling the house, but we just didn't think he was gonna fulfill his promises. And the time came. He wanted to sell the house we were renting, and we saw ourselves with no house, and we needed to have a job, because where else are we gonna live? We have to buy a house. We can't go on renting. That was our mentality. So we decided to get a job, and we found this job, this opportunity to apply for cleaning. What else am I gonna do that I do the best? It's cleaning, and my husband as well. So he applied for this job, and we ended up at this cleaning company. So initially we worked as subcontractors, and a little bit after we started, it must have been 2020 or something like that, no, 19, I decided to look for another job, because I still had that mentality that a cleaning job wasn't good enough for me. It will make me look bad. Like people will say, oh, that's the cleaner, and that will make me feel really bad. And I thought, no, I can do better than that. So I applied for this administrative officer job, and I got it. So anyway, I was there only part-time, because this girl wanted to be part-time, because she had a little girl to look after. So we were sharing the job. She was doing some duties and I was doing other duties, but it was difficult for me because I didn't have the confidence to answer the phone. I thought my English was bad, and all of these things that I had in my head, I thought that Australians were looking down on me, which I think there was some truth to that. And yeah, answering the phone was really, really, really frustrating, and sometimes I wouldn't understand what they were on about, and the terms that they used I wasn't familiar with. And yeah, after that, my other team worker, she resigned. So, excuse me, I thought they were going to give me full-time, the whole full-time position, but they didn't. Instead, they got another person that had more experience than me, and she was younger and yeah, had more potential. I mean, I had potential, but they didn't want to use it. They didn't want to train me, and they just brought someone who knew the ropes, and I was out. They dismissed me, and because I had been there only 5 months, I didn't have enough grounds to take them to court or claim any sort of compensation. So I was left in the air, hanging. So I thought, okay, going back to cleaning. So yeah, I had to go back and just put my head down and be humble and go back to the other company I was at, and my husband was there, so it was easy because I was such a good cleaner. So they took me in, and plus they had lost an employee that was misbehaving. They had to get rid of them, or that person, and they were happy to take me back. So I've been working there since. But the good thing is I have overcome that. Well, I don't know if completely. I think so. I think I have overcome that thing in my mind that cleaners are not good enough people, blah 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 blah. I think I overcome that already, because this job has given me so much, and so many positives of having a full-time job as a stepping stone to pursue other things that are more important. But it has been a blessing to have this job. So yeah, that's how I ended up as a full-time worker, because they love me so much. So because your passions and all of the things that you love doing never go away, and you want to keep on doing them, my projects online were still there. I just couldn't do as much as before, but I decided to hire someone, and I thought, because I have a YouTube channel, and I still have the web development and all of those things, so I decided to put the courses of web development on a YouTube channel. So I thought, who's going to help me build this? Because I'm not going to have the hands to do it. I'm going to be, full hands doing the cleaning and all this full-time stuff. And I thought, okay, I'm going to put an advert on Facebook and looking for a VA, a virtual assistant, and I'm going to have like a video editor. And I didn't have success getting a VA, but I grew apart from her because I felt that she wasn't doing enough. Like I didn't, I'm of the opinion that if you're gonna hire someone, that person better have better skills than you and more skillful, intelligent than you. Otherwise, I don't waste time. And I got I got this VA, and yes, like we grew apart. Like she did a few jobs for me, but they weren't good enough, and she didn't have that, that skill or that creativity that I was looking for in an employee or a worker. But I had a lot of interest in video editors, and I think I tried a few, and I looked at what the work that they had done, but I wasn't really impressed. Like I want to have so many video editors and at the same time for all of my projects, working on different things, but they didn't like the idea. So there was this person that popped up. He was, to me, he was so sweet because he felt really humble. He said to me, Maria, it doesn't matter how much you can afford. It doesn't matter how much money you have. I work around your budget. and he was so keen, I think he needed the job, but at the same time he was like really pleasing and really humble, and I liked that about him. And I just said to myself, no, I'm gonna work with him. And then I discovered that he was keen, but he was also creative, and he had done this for a while. He had done weddings and stuff, and I thought, no, he's the one, I'll stay with him. So everything was really good with Adnan, because he used to produce the most spectacular videos for me. I will give him the clips, and he will produce the whole video and put some effects and all the things that I used to do, he will do, and better. So, but then I thought to myself, how am I gonna pay this guy? Because he's costing me, and I want him to do more and more and more. And then we got involved in like he wanted to have this marketing agency with me, and it was such a connection, and yeah, he said that he would do some Facebook posting for me if I needed to. So he had all the skills and all the, he will have all of these skills that I needed. But anyway, I thought, okay, I'm gonna keep on finding ways to make money online, and I just didn't give up on that. And I found New Skin, which is a low ticket network marketing business. And I had this upline who was really, really good. She had this faith in me that I would do something in the business. But I found it such a waste of my time, because I had been in like nutrimetics, the same idea. Like you sell all of these products, and you wait for people to be on auto ship month after month. And that's how you make the commissions and stuff. But you need a lot of people. And I thought, no, I don't have the time for this. And then I found Healy. And in Healy, it's a machine that, I don't know, you apply it to your body, and it heals some vibrations that you have wrong with your body that causes you some illnesses. And I thought, the product is really fantastic. But how do you promote this? How do you market this thing? And I asked him, the guy who introduced me to it, and he's like, just use your creativity, just go off there and just offer it to people. And I kept on doing that, but it wasn't very effective, my marketing efforts. So I thought, oh my God, every opportunity that I find has got something wrong with it. It's either the way you promote it, where do I find this information? And I have to use your brain or the creativity, or it's got something that is not gonna make it work. So I thought, just keep on looking, and I kept on talking to people online, because I just love the online space. And then I came across this girl, and she was helping with my hair, because my hair was actually falling a lot, because I have this condition with the thyroid and with tablets and all. So anyway, she was giving me advice for the skin, and I don't know, she liked the skin, I don't know, she was aware of those things, and she gave me all these ideas on how to maintain my hair and the products that would be good for me, not have too many chemicals. And she was aware of the wellness. She was in the wellness industry, like she liked those things. And we were just talking, and all of a sudden she came up with this opportunity that she was involved with. And I thought, okay, just give it a try. And then she showed me this platform, and I'm like, are you serious? This platform only cost me $50, and I get all this mentorship. I get videos on how to, about my problems with mindset. I got videos about things to do with marketing, with sales, with promoting. Everything was there in the platform, and only cost me $50. Are you serious? There must be something wrong with this. And I just kept on doing it. And I said, just I want to become involved, and I have seen what it does, and I just like it. I love it. And anyway, I invested. I think I might have invested $8,000. I'm still paying for it, but I thought this is fantastic. I could see the vision, because I saw a vision, the vision of getting free of everything that's keeping you stuck, like your job or whatever else that has to do with money. They offer you like people call it the freedom trifecta: location freedom, money freedom, and what's the other type of freedom? I can't remember. Anyway, the three freedoms that you desire the most. And I'm like, okay, I'm in, and I've been doing involved with the magic for ever since, and I think it's fantastic, and I thought, I'm gonna retire my husband, I'm gonna retire me, and I've been on this quest for freedom, I have advanced in the business, I have done the 90-day run, which is a really, really grueling experience where they give you tasks each week and you have to finish them, and I have learned so much so far. It's just unbelievable. What I like the most about the Freedom Era was the strategies that they use. There's so many strategies that you can use to promote this product that people have used in the past, and they have been really effective. People tell you with what they have used. The leaders come up and teach you how to do things. It's fantastic. And another thing that I really, really liked is the fact that you can use ads. I wanted to learn about how to do ads. I had been exposed to doing ads, but not fully. So because I'm always learning, I thought, oh my God, they teach you this. This is fantastic. So anyway, ever since I've been just working on my mindset, because I had so many blocks, like thinking that money is hard, that I'm not gonna do this, I can't do this, money doesn't grow in trees, like the things that mom and dad teach us, and that's old stuff, like from the past, and letting go of those things, and all of my traumas that I have inside of me, like from childhood. Like I've been working with this not therapist, but it's a spiritual guide or spiritual person that works with you with meditations and walks you through a lot of techniques that help you with your problems, which has been really fantastic. She's so good, and I feel, ever since I've been with the magic, I feel this vibration inside of me that is all about happiness, because they teach you so many things about mindset, and they give you the tools as well, what to use, what sometimes you feel down in the slums, or down in in this really negative way of thinking, and you use these tools, and it keeps your vibe high every day, and I feel so happy. And they teach you that you have to be grateful with what you have, otherwise when you have money you're not going to be happy, which is makes sense. And I've been happy since. So what I wanted to tell you is that because of my vibe, my husband really got attracted to this, and he became involved in the business, and I was so happy. I felt fantastic. I felt more powerful than ever, having him with me, because I know that he's got a lot of good things that he can bring to the business, and a lot of good skills, and together we can be powerful. And we've been working on this ever since. I reckon I've been like 3 months. But the thing with me is that I want to get off my 9-to-5 job like really fast, and I just don't have patience, and I become really impatient. Like I want it to happen really fast. And my upline has been so helpful, giving me all of these tools to overcome my hurdles and my problems. And yeah, she gave me these links to Belash. He's like one of the top leaders, the one that introduced the person who brought Enagic to Australia, and they put together this platform, the TFE, the Freedom Era, which is fantastic. So, and I've been listening to his podcasts, and I have been really inspired. And he's such a really down to earth guy, and everyone here admires him, and he's a hero. And yeah, it's been so good to meet this guy online, and yeah. So, and I wanted some friends to come in this journey with me, like when I first started and I was in this 90 day run. What they did, they made us, not made us, but they, one of the tasks was to go into the friends list and practice with them, like go in the DMs and ask them to join us. So I picked a few friends of mine that have really, really nice characteristics, because I wanted them to come in this journey with me. But unfortunately, only my husband joined me, and there was this other lady who showing interest, but none of my friends were keen on the idea. Some have been looking for ways to make money online, and they have been burnt in the past. And fair enough. And I thought, at least I tried, and they know that I'm here. And yeah, it's been a fantastic journey so far, and I just wish that my friends join me in the near future, because I wanna do this with them. I know that there is freedom at the other side of the 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is just a thing of the past. It's outdated stuff that we should be getting free of this stuff. And I strongly believe that there is a better life out there than just going each morning to the job and coming back. I mean, sometimes I enjoy my job immensely, because I have this fan that you see in the background. I'm always talking to my phone in this van, because there's not enough time. I get home and my kids want my attention, and I have to cook, and I have to do all these things, and soccer, and all of these passions that I have. And I mean, I spend time with in my business, but I don't have the environment to video these these clips. And here in my car, I have the privacy, so I decided, no, I'm just gonna have like a selfie stick stuck to my window, and just talk to whatever topics I want to talk about. Just do it from the comfort of my own van. Anyway, but it's been good. So I decided to have this Facebook group, and call it the Legends Living the Dream Life, because ultimately I want to have the dream life, in which I have the freedom to work from anywhere. Like here in Adelaide as well, is it gets really hot and it gets really cold, and I've never liked this weather. And it is a nice city, but I don't want to settle for things that I don't like. So I believe that some time in the future I'm gonna be living in another place where I like the warmth. I like the tropics. So I believe that I'm gonna be living somewhere else, even though my husband doesn't like the idea, but I will. And I believe in this business so much. I believe that it's gonna bring me the abundance and the money to do all of my projects with ease, or pay someone to help me out. And also, I want to help people. I want to have all of these projects to help in my country. People need a lot of help. I have a friend from high school who's really, really nice, and she likes helping people, and I'm sure that we can do a project with her. I have another friend in Texas who's a sweetheart as well, and I'm sure she's an entrepreneur, and she's really excited about being with me doing projects. So I've got projects everywhere that sometimes I think going to work is such a waste of time, when there's so many great things out there that I can become involved with. I want to have a big house, buy a house, and don't care about the money that I'm gonna spend. I wanna be in that place, that place is in the near future. I'm claiming it now. That place is mine. I wanna have that place where it doesn't matter how much I can get those things. I can get that house. I wanna think about the future of my kids, my 3 kids. I don't want them to be stuck in a job ever again. I want them to decide what they want to do in their lives, in the future when I pass, because no one is forever. I want them to have it all, I want them to if they want to live whatever place they want to live, they can have the money that I left for them to use it for whatever they want to use it. And before I leave, I want to, like I said, I want to become involved in all of these projects. And so I was listening to Belash, and he was talking about when you're a prison, when you are in the 9 to 5, you are really in prison, and you have to dig your way out, out of prison. And that's what I'm doing with this business. I believe so much in it, and I believe it's gonna help me get all of the things that I have in my mind. And they say that if it's in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. So I believe that this is one dimension that I'm living at the moment, which is the 9 to 5 full-time job. And I believe there is like a boundary, like a, I don't know, like a, when you have like a waterfall in front of you, and then there is another life behind the waterfall. I don't know, sometimes in the movies, there is a dimension on one side. They show you like a stream of water going down, and on the other side there's another life. So my dream life is behind that waterfall, and I believe all of the things that I have dreamt about over the years and now are gonna appear right in front of me before I know it. I mean, it's already starting to appear, because I didn't mention this, but we lost the house in Natalie Avenue a year ago, and we didn't know where to go. We hit rock bottom then, but my dad was so kind that he let us in his house, and we've been living in the garage for all this time, and it hasn't been easy, in the cold, in the hot. Lucky it's been good inside the little shed, but we've had mice, we've had people screaming in the neighbors. I don't know, it's not a comfortable place to be in. Lucky my kids have been living inside the house, but this has been happening for a year. And now all of a sudden I was going through the rentals on the internet, and Natalie Avenue appeared. Apparently the person who took the house after the new owner bought the place, she broke the lease, and they put it up for rent again. And guess what? We went there, we applied for it, and all the people that knew us from before, that we have living there, including the neighbors, they put a good word for us, and we got the place. So I'm so excited. Everything is turning the other way for us. Like all the manifestations that taking place have started to come true, and I believe, like I said, all of my dreams that I have in my mind are gonna appear in my hand, and that day you're gonna see it online. I'm gonna post it when it happens, and I just declare my word to the world. That day is gonna come. All of the cars that we have dreamed about that we're gonna have, the houses, the trips, the gifts, the possibility of helping people is gonna be here in front of us with this business. I have so much faith that all of those things are gonna happen, and that all of our sacrifices that we're making now, with the time, with the, suffering, whatever suffering we are going through is going to be paid off, because there's always a price to pay. And I believe in that. And I just say it now and today, which is 23rd of November 2023. I declare this to the universe. This is my dream, and it's gonna come true, and we're gonna see it in front of my face. So the beginning of the end is here. I'm so excited to claim it and to say it. All of the dreams that I have are gonna come true, and I'm gonna state all of the things that I wanna achieve and with this business. I feel that everyone is capable of creating their own future, their own realities. But I see every day when I go to work and I see people everywhere, I see waste of time. I go to houses and I see people just wasting their time, on social media, or wasting their time being grumpy or whatever else. But that's the reality that people live, And not everyone is cut for the life of the dreams, because it takes courage, and it takes changing your mindset to something bigger and better. And not everyone is able to see that. And it's a shame, because we can all dream, and dream is for free. We can all dream, and we are all creators, but very few can do it. Very few choose to do it and choose to leave the pain. And I think many people will think, and they think around me, many people around me think that I'm crazy, or, like I said before, that I'm a dreamer. But I'm only creating my reality. I'm only creating my future. And just watch me grow, and watch me do it. Bye.
Este fue mi cuarto por un año. Aquí tenemos las cosas que no caben anywhere. Nuestros appliances, todo estaba ahí tirado y haciéndole estorbo a Tata. Porque Tata ahí ponía sus cosas, usaba esto como un storage. Y aquí está nuestro cuarto. Creo que lo de video, en otro video lo tengo. Aquí estamos todos cramped up. Tenemos todas nuestras cajas, nuestras cosas ahí. La cama, los ratones, y ahí está la comida de los ratones. Ahí está. Todo cramped up, very uncomfortable. Nuestro wardrobe. Tata was kind enough to give us space aquí. Pero aquí todo cramped up, very, very uncomfortable, very tight. Y bueno, todas nuestras cosas ahí a donde cayeran, porque ni modo. Y detrás de el garage, which is donde vivíamos, tenemos nuestras cosas todas cramped up. I'm sure que le hicimos mucho, a lot of pain for my dad, Tata, a lot of pain, but because he likes things tidy. But anyway, we're gonna go now. And the fridges and everything cramped up.